Hello, I'm Jess, your Down to Earth Oracle, and thank you so much for joining me here. This is going to be your general financial reading for February of 2021. Now, please keep in mind this is going to be a general reading, so it may not resonate with you. Take what messages are for you and leave the rest for someone else. Down below in the description box, you can find links to both my Facebook and Instagram pages where I do daily card draws. Lots of fun stuff. You can join me there. You can also find links to my Patreon account as well as my website where you can book personal readings with me. Got some great stuff going on. All sorts of places in that description box below. Also, if this does resonate with you, please be sure to like and subscribe. Those are right down there. Right down there. Click those little buttons. It's fantastic. So that being said, let's go ahead and get started. This is a personal spread design. I do custom spreads. It's part of the joys of being a tarot reader and as well as intuitive reader. Get to think outside of the box. So let's find out what is going on for February finances for you guys. We've got Mercury and retrograde going on. So finances can be a little hiccupy sometimes, right? During this time, expenses, car troubles, communications, unexpected bills can pop up. Ugh. And we've had some really difficult times. I believe last times we had partnerships popping up that might have tried tripping you up a little bit. Hopefully you didn't get caught up by that little rabbit that was trying to possibly outsmart you a bit there, if I remember correctly. So let's take a look. February 2021. It's Valentine's Day. This one. All right, so this is the current financial situation. That's interesting. And this is where you want to be. Everybody wants to be the King of Pentacles, right? Who doesn't want to be the King of Pentacles? Yeah, so with the Hierophant is where you currently are. It's kind of this idea of you haven't quite learned the financial lessons that have needed to happen. You've been a little bit of a trickster with your money is kind of what I'm hearing. So the Hierophant is a card of higher learning, right? It's that card of ascension. And it feels like, you know, where you're at with your money, you wanted it to grow. You wanted it to carry you to higher places, right? I mean, who doesn't? Like, you know, we've been in this really interesting time where some of us haven't had enough. A lot of people have been coming from a place of lack, particularly with finances. But with the Hierophant, like where we're at right now is that is where you're at right now is what I'm hearing is that, you know, the money hasn't been flowing. It hasn't been creating the magic. It hasn't been uplifting you. It hasn't been carrying you to this higher level, this higher status, this higher place of being. And where you want it to be is and it's been unstable is what I'm hearing is it's been unstable. It hasn't been giving you the stability, and where you want it to be is super stable. You want it to be predictable. You want it to be grounded. You want it to be abundant, and you want it to be consistent. Who doesn't, right? Like, we all want this, but you really want it to be this way with the King of Pentacles. It's stable, it's grounded, it's steady, it's moving forward. It's in a consistent manner. Like, I hearing like a drum beat, a consistent manner. Yeah, bottom of the deck, Ace of Cups. We've had that come out a couple of times. Super abundance, right? So let's talk about these steps of what's going to happen to get there. And that's great because this is where we want it to be at the end of the month. Like, who doesn't? I mean, I don't want to keep saying this over and over again, but right? Like, we know money doesn't bring happiness, right? Money doesn't buy happiness. It's funny because the bottom of the deck is the sun. It's happiness, right? But it does create freedom. It does ease up stress. It does allow for the freedom and peace of mind when you don't have to worry about, you know, your bills being paid. And right now we're not in a place where there's a lot of fun coming out. Ooh, yeah. There's a lot of regrets about perhaps how you've been spending money, about how money hasn't been coming in, about the fact that it hasn't been as fulfilling, it hasn't led you to higher places. There has not been enough abundance. And the Sun card. Again, there's not been happiness. And I think a lot of it, and the bottom of the deck is Temperance. This is kind of how you've been feeling about it. This is kind of the overall energy. Now this is really, really interesting. How this is coming out. And I'm gonna stagger these a bit for this reading. So yeah, so what I'm getting is that how the finances have been turning out. Like, you have been recognizing that I feel like you've been in a place where you've constantly separated like how money operates in your life. And you're not really recognizing that when you look at the act of abundance in your life, when you look at how abundance flows and works in your life, when you look at money as the sole means of happiness in your life, when you look at that as the sole means of happiness in your life, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It only causes pain. It only causes regrets. You don't ascend to a higher spiritual level. You don't ascend to a higher place of being. You don't get the security and the stability within yourself and all around you when you focus as money as the only means and source of happiness. You're not acting in the abundance energy in that way. The Empress is a card of abundance. The Empress is a card of nurturing, of loving, of constantly creating something new, is very much an earth goddess, is very much one who takes care of herself and knows her worth and everything else. And I think part of this is that, you know, we feel like if you value yourself based upon how much money you're bringing in. And that's a problem, because you should be valuing yourself if you're a kind person, if you're a loving person, if you're a balanced person. You know, the King of Pentacles doesn't judge themselves by how much money they have. They judge themselves by how stable they are. They do care about if they provide for the people around them, right? In a stable and secure and loving and kind manner, right? They act with integrity. That's what makes them stable and kind and loving and gives them the ability to provide. But because, you know, this trickster energy, you know, that you are focusing on finances as the way for self-esteem, as the way for your self-worth, is that it's the only thing that proves that you're a decent human being, or that really puts your happiness, like that's how you achieve happiness. Of course you're going to be stuck with regrets. Of course you're going to be stuck with regrets, especially if it's not doing well. Like, yeah. But the other thing too is you're not going to achieve any higher levels if you're stuck in this energy. So you need to be able to learn to balance it. You got to be able to balance it and learn to let go. And then you'll be able to sit in a much more balanced energy. You'll be able to take care of yourself better. And in that process, the abundance will flow. You know, we've got a King and the Queen of Pentacles on the table when that happens. And that tells me everything will be all right. There will be celebrations, right? There will be new beginnings with finances, with this Ace of Pentacles here. And it might be a slow process, right? With this Page of Pentacles. It'll be slow. And this is all from the bottom of the deck. It'll be slow, but it will get there. And it's going to be difficult and challenging, because you're really going to have to take a look at your past behaviors and learn how to walk away from them and recognize that this way of being does not serve you. It might be quick, and it might be passionate, and it might serve you for a hot minute, but it's not the way to go. It's not the way to go. You're going to have to level up, and you're going to have to shut out the old way of being. It's just how it's going to have to go. It's definitely a tough lesson, and this might be a very specific reading for some of you. But yeah, I mean, it's all here. It's all here. For a financial reading. I mean, yeah, it's like a Christmas Carol, right? You know, we all know Ebenezer Scrooge learns that money, you know, is not the fruit of life, right? Is not the best way to live. He's stuck with regrets, right? Bah humbug. But the thing is that when you focus solely on money and you think that that is the only source of your happiness, and you're wondering why nothing is growing around you and you're miserable and alone, it's because you're missing out on the things that really make life worth living. You are, and it's going to be difficult. You're going to have to learn to walk away. You're going to have to learn how to let go. It's going to be slow. It's going to take some time. It's going to be a big healing process, but this is just going to be the start of this journey on how to let go of recognizing that when you focus on only the physical and the monetary world to make you internally happy, it's not going to work, but it will be there. It will be there. It'll be powerful. It'll be strong. It's going to take time. It's going to take time to grow those roots, right? But it will start with a celebration. And I have a feeling it's because there's going to be this person who comes in and shows you how it's done. And it's going to balance things out. It's going to put it into balance, and it is going to be divinely guided. So this is a very specific reading. This is a very different financial reading. I hope this resonates with you. One of the things I'm going to do for you, I'm going to help make this a little bit easier for you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these cards. I'm going to take the Sun card and I'm going to move it from the reverse to the upright position. I want some happiness in your life. I want some happiness in your life. I'm going to take this Five of Cups. I'm going to put it in the reverse. You are done crying about the regrets on how money has treated you. You're going to be done crying about this past, about focusing on the things that no longer fulfill your spiritual needs, about how you've been feeling empty as a person because you've been focusing only on the material things. I'm going to put that Hierophant in the upright position. You are starting to level up and recognizing that your finances are going to start becoming abundant with the Empress upright. Because you are going to start creating and drawing more abundance into your life when you start feeding your soul with the things that really, really matter around you. Not just with the money, not just with the finances. Like, that's a small part of life. Like, yes, we all need money. We all need money. Money is evil. Yes, money is the root of all evil. It's greed. It's based on fear and greed and all those other things. But you know what? Money makes the world go round. It is. It's a truth, right? But when that is the only thing you focus on, you miss out on love. You miss out on laughter. Money provides freedom. Yes, it does in this world. I'm not going to pretend that it doesn't. But you're going to start focusing on things that feed your soul, that bring you to a higher elevation. You're going to let go of the past and stop crying over things that your soul is empty. And you're going to start filling those cups up again. You're going to find abundance around you. And you're going to start feeling joy again. And you're going to start creating your own stability in a balanced manner. In a balanced manner. That is going to bring fortune in a beautiful way back into your life this month. So that being said, I hope this resonates with you. I hope this brings you the guidance and the love and the joy that you need to make it through this month with your finances. I will see you soon.